I was wrong, specifically about Modern Ruby Storm. All it needed was a little bit of blue. Let's go check it out. I was wrong about Ruby Storm. In my last video that you can find in the card above, at the end of the video, I said I was taking a break, that I just needed to separate myself from Ruby Storm, that I wasn't enjoying it anymore. Well, then I found the list in front of you by Alexander Gordon Brown. I was complaining to my good friend Alex McKinley, aka Viveris, and I was saying that I didn't want to play Legacy just because of Oops All Spells. I was looking to play a late night league. I had already gone 5-0 that day with Pauper Cycle Storm, and Alex is like, what about Modern? And I started to explain how poorly my last league was, and he's like, well, let's look at Goldfish. Let's see if we can find anything we like to test. So the first list we saw was this one by Alexander Gordon Brown, where it initially excited me because it has 4 main deck Preordain and 4 main deck Serum Visions to go with your Reckless Impulse, your Ren's Resolve. So it gets rid of those clunky cards that I've always hated. Glimpse the Impossible, Artist Talent, Strike It Rich, and even the main deck copies of Stormscale Scion that I was playing in that previous video. So instead of playing all those clunkers, we're playing cards that actually smooth out the deck. So you get to cut a land or two, and then you get to play 8 cantrips that help you dig for Ruby Medallion or Rail Monsoon Mage, not to mention trigger the Rail Monsoon Mage. So it's just chock full of synergy, and I like that quite a bit. But I didn't play this deck list. If I'm being honest with you, there's some things that I don't love about it. Spirebluff Canal in a world where you have Surveil lands doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think that there's better cards than Serum Visions. And personally, I don't believe that you need a main deck Grape Shot. And then if we're looking at the sideboard, I just wouldn't want to play 15 singletons. It's just not very cohesive to me. So I ended up creating my own list. And this is the one that I played where I went 5-0. So this isn't the list we're playing today. I've modified it a little bit. But here you'll see the list that I went 5-0 with. There was 2 copies of Arid Mesa, 3 mountains in your deck with 8 1-mana cantrips. So that might want to change a little. And then no Grape Shot. We're running Consider over Serum Visions because you could put something like a Ren's Resolve to the graveyard to then flashback later with Past in Flames, or just surveil away Past in Flames, which is something we're definitely interested in. And then I was running 3 into the Floodmaw and Spell Pierce in the sideboard. One of the big reasons to play this blue splash is Spell Pierce because it gives you an answer to Orm's Chant or sideboard copies of Damping Sphere, Thraben Charm, creature removal on your Rail Monsoon Mage. It just does a lot. And I was testing Untimely Malfunction, but I wasn't super impressed with it. So I just wished that throughout the league that it was the 4th copy of Spell Pierce and Into the Floodmaw, so that's what we're going to play today. But one of the biggest upgrades of this Izzet Storm list is that you actually get to play Sink into Stupor as a main deck way of answering problematic cards. So if your opponent has a Game 1 hate piece or a spell that you need to return to their hand, Sink into Stupor does that, and it's built in your mana base, so you don't have to play anything like Flame of Anor or whatever. So that is something that I think really works well. I do get that when you're playing blue, Flame of Anor is a really, sexy card because it does so many things. But admittedly, it is kind of clunky. This list is all about being smooth and consistent. So no clunky cards. We're just looking to be efficient. So we're running Consider, Preordain, Sink into Stupor. And the list that we're actually playing today is slightly modified. So I'm going to slide this over a little bit now. We've changed the fetch lands. I'm running a Polluted Delta, and we're running 1 more copy of Steam Vents. So -1 Arid Mesa, -1 basic. We're playing a 3rd Steam Vents and a Polluted Delta. That's the main deck changes. In the sideboard, we just cut the Untimely Malfunctions for the 4th copies of Into the Floodmaw and Spell Pierce. I hope that this list does well today because I was so impressed with it in my 5-0 league. One thing that came up when I shared this deck list to this very YouTube channel and the Storm Discord is I had some people coming back to me saying, Bryant, 19 lands is too few. Ruby Storm traditionally plays 20 or 21. Yeah, that might be true for a list not playing 8 1-mana value cantrips. And if you've played Gift Storm in the past, you'll know that during its heyday in 2017 and 2018, it played 17 lands, and sometimes I even played 16, because when you have a bunch of 1 mana value cantrips, you can get away with fewer lands. So 19 lands. I'm actually playing one more land than Alexander Gordon Brown was playing in their list because I cut the Grape Shot for an extra land. I don't believe that you need that main deck win condition. That is my long-winded deck tech today. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick around for the matches. I will see you in the first one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We're on the draw. Our opponent has taken a mulligan. Here I have quite the hand. This hand is very explosive. Could be a turn 2 if I draw a ritual. We have the Scalding Tarn to Surveil to potentially hit a ritual, and then our second land is Sink into Stupor. So the front half is a spell, the back half is a land, but pretty excited about this hand. I think that it's a great hand to showcase the deck here in match number 1. Grove of the Burn Willows. Okay. Not exactly sure what our opponent's up to right now. Probably like the Eldrazi ramp deck. Interesting. We drew Preordain. I think that changes things. I'm going to play Sink into Stupor as a land and just start with Preordain. Island and another Preordain. I think I'll bottom both of these. I'm just looking for rituals at this point. A Ren's Resolve. It is Eldrazi ramp. Okay. And now they play a Rumble. It hits Grove of the Burn Willows, Boseiju, and Urza's Saga. They choose Boseiju, who endures. I would love a ritual here. We could go for the turn 2 win. Oh, I missed it. Okay. We'll play Scalding Tarn, fetch, grab Basic Mountain, and let's just play a Ren's Resolve. Land Ritual. Okay, so we can try next turn. But now, next turn they could have mana open for something like Kozilek's Command that could stop me from winning. So I don't love that. 4 mana here for a Writhing Chrysalis. Sure. Still have 3 mana open. Draw for turn. It's a Reckless Impulse. Let's start with a Rail Monsoon Mage. If they have the removal spell, it's going to hurt. But I don't think you're supposed to start on Desperate Ritual and then play Rail and then like Morphos. That seems a little foolish to me. Desperate Ritual. Okay, that was a good sign. We'll play Ren's Resolve, trigger. Choose Tails. No, I don't want to flip. Another Reckless Impulse and Preordain. I will Manamorphose right now. One thing that I really love about this list is that Preordain and Consider help flip Rail on the combo turn. Say Tails, we lose the flip. Ouch. We'll do blue, red. Another Reckless Impulse. We'll play this one. Storm 5. -1 for the Rail Monsoon Mage, so I need a couple more spells to flip here. We lose the flip. Reckless Impulse. Preordain, Consider, Scalding Tarn, and I've already played a land. I will play Preordain here because it digs the deepest looking for a ritual. And that is from 6, so I can actually Manamorphose now and flip if I win. So I'll say Tails, we won the flip, yes. And now we don't even need the ritual. I'll do red-blue. We hit another Manamorphose. And the opponent concedes. Nice. Easy does it. This is likely an Into the Floodmaw matchup. We'll bring in 3, leaving 1 in the sideboard for Wish. Board out a Past in Flames and 2 copies of Consider. Game number 2, we're on the draw. Look at this hand. Very good. The opponent mulligans, we will keep. So you might be wondering, like, should you play Preordain on turn 1? It seems like the obvious thing to do. Well, sometimes yes. Most likely a majority of the time, yes, you'd prefer to Preordain over Surveil on the first turn. That said, Preordain is a spell that helps flip your Rail Monsoon Mage. So here, I think it's actually better to Surveil on turn 1, turn 2, play your Rail Monsoon Mage, and then on turn 3, Preordain, and that's an extra spell that can find other spells to help chain into the flipped Rail Monsoon Mage. Basking Broodscale. So they're Broodscale combo. I did not get that in game 1. Okay. A 3rd copy of Rail Monsoon Mage. A little awkward here. They played the Eldrazi Temple and a Rumble. They find Blade of the Blood Chief and a Damping Sphere. So pretty good Rumble. So Blade of the Blood Chief is a combo piece, but Damping Sphere could lock me out of the game. They choose the Damping Sphere. Okay. Honestly, I'd probably prefer that because I already have the answer to it, and that means that I'm not dead. So, big fan. We'll grab Thundering Falls. Keep the Manamorphose. We will fetch. I go to 18. Grab Steam Vents. Ouch. Play a Rail Monsoon Mage. So we know that their hand is Basking Broodscale plus Damping Sphere. 4 mana. Is this a Kozilek's command for 2 plus Damping Sphere? It looks like it. And then they're going to scry X and draw a card. They play a Forest and Blade of the Blood Chief. Reckless Impulse. We will play another copy of Rail Monsoon Mage. They could play Broodscale and Damping Sphere this turn. They have a Dismember. Okay. And here I thought that 3 copies of Rail Monsoon Mage was too many. And now they play the Broodscale. They're representing lethal next turn. Okay, well I drew the land we needed. Let's try to party. Play the Rail Monsoon Mage. Heretic Ritual. Trigger. Say Tails. Well, I guess I had the land anyway with the Sink into Stupor. We'll play Reckless Impulse. Say Tails. Lose the flip. Into the Floodmaw. Let's Manamorphose. Spell number 4 of the turn, but Rail Monsoon Mage was one of them, so that's not super helpful here. We'll make blue. A Ritual. Okay. So I could, in theory, go Preordained hold priority, into the Floodmaw hold priority, Ritual hold priority, and that gives me 3 chances to flip. I think that's probably the move. I'll bounce the Broodscale, Desperate Ritual. So now I have 3 opportunities here to flip the Rail Monsoon Mage to win. Tails, we lose. Okay. Rail Monsoon Mage. Tails, we lose the flip. Okay. And now we get this trigger. Tails, we win the flip. Yes. And now Preordain resolves. And the opponent concedes the match. Doesn't even want to see the top 8. I'll take it. We're 1-0 to start off this Modern League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Round number 2, we're on the play. Let's party. Yeah, this hand is great. Keep. I'm going to grab the basic island here and then Preordain. One thing that I think is a little funny is that we're playing a basic island in Ruby Storm. So you can, in theory, throw off your opponents a little bit by searching out an island and making them think, oh, you know, they're not on Ruby. Ruby doesn't play basic island. Sacred Foundry. Esper Sentinel. Okay. So we're about to draw the Past in Flames. I will fetch. We'll grab a Steam Vents. Ouch. Preordain. We're looking for mana here. No, I'm not going to pay for the Esper Sentinel. Get rid of both of these. There's a Ruby Banalion. Play the Preordain. Get rid of the Ren's Resolve. Keep the Pyretic. Pass the turn. Mox Opal. So this is probably Hammer Time. Or is this Saga? That's a Sigarda's Aid. This looks like Hammer Time. Shadow Spear. They now have Metalcraft, so if they have the hammer, they can drop it. I don't know what that is. Dragonfire Blade? Let's read this. 1 mana, +2/+2, and has Hexproof from Monocolored. Equip 4. Okay. I'm at 12. We draw Consider. I don't think I'm in a spot to be trying to win this turn. Like, I could, in theory, go Rail Monsoon Mage, Ritual, Reckless Impulse, and hope to hit. But I think that's kind of reckless. Reckless Impulse, pun not intended. We'll play Ruby Manalion, and I will pay for the Esper Sentinel. Oh, I can't. Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Because now I just gave them an extra look at killing me. Awkward. I forgot about the Esper Sentinel tax being equal to its power. If I had remembered that, I would have played out the Rail Monsoon Mage. They have a Plains. If this is Stoneforge Mystic, I'm dead. And it is. Ah, oh, brutal. They have the hammer. They play out another Esper Sentinel. They swing, and now the hammer. Okay, so that was a bummer. I might have given them the win. And if I had gone Ritual off Reckless Impulse, I would have hit Ritual Past in Flames, which might have won. But I think that would have been a super aggressive line. But maybe I'm just a coward. We'll bring it into the Floodmaw. Take out Considers. Let's try this. On the play for game number 2. Sure, I'll keep. Plays Steam Vents and Preordain. Pyretic Ritual in another land. I think we get rid of the land and we keep the Pyretic Ritual. Pass the turn. Inspiring Vantage. And they just pass. No 1-drop. So I could, in theory, try to win here, but they're holding open Orm's Chant. So I think I'm just going to play the Rail Monsoon Mage and pass. They have land number 2. Soulless Jailer. So Soulless Jailer says I can't play cards from exile, but Wish is not exile, so I can play Empty the Warrens here. It does shut off Reckless Impulse. We'll say Tails, no. Heretic Ritual, Tails, no. Desperate Ritual, Tails, no. Manamorphose, Tails, no. Blue, red, Ruby Medallion. So if I wanted to play Wish into Stormscale Scion here, that's a 9-mana line. And I could play Ruby Medallion reduces both Wish and the Stormscale Scion, and I have 9 mana. So we'll play the Ruby. Now I'll play Wish. Say Tails. I win the flip. Sure, let's transform. I can plus on the rail here. The dragon is reduced by the Ruby Medallion, so I have 6 mana. I could actually Reckless Impulse here. I just don't think I want to show them that I had a card that was affected, so instead, I'll just play the Stormscale Scion. Boom. Dragon time. Nice Soulless Jailer. And they concede. We're off to game number 3. I see no reason to change anything. Hit submit. Game 3, we're on the draw. I'm going to choose to keep this hand, but it's not without its risks, because we have a turn 1 Thundering Falls that allows us to play Rail Monsoon Mage on the second turn. And we don't have an answer to the Soulless Jailer, or what if they just come out of the gates and try to kill me? So there's that problem as well. And that's a turn 1 Sicarda's Aid. So that is coming out of the gates trying to kill me. Reckless Impulse, we'll play Thundering Falls. Get rid of the other Thundering Falls, we don't need that. Okay, a little nervous here. They play a Mox Opal. Urza's Saga. 3 cards remain in their hand. They play the Blade, so they're lacking a creature here. Interesting. We draw another Past in Flames. A little awkward. I'll grab Island. Play Rail Monsoon Mage. That just resolves. They weren't even like holding priority, so my read is that they don't have an Orm's Chant, but I could be wrong. Saga goes to the second chapter. I'm wondering why they played out this equipment if they weren't going to do anything. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, but maybe I'm not understanding something. Or they're trying to cast a Pure Steel Paladin at some point, and a Colossus Hammer, so that would allow them to play the Paladin. That's gotta be it. Yep, there's Pure Steel Paladin. They equip, and they equip, so they're not holding open Orm's Chant. I don't even have to pretend to respect that now. Manamorphose, it is definitely time to party. Pyretic Ritual. Choose Tails. I lose the flip. Play Preordain. Trigger. I win the flip. No. Preordain. Get rid of the Wish. We'll keep Manamorphose. Play Reckless Impulses, spell number 3. Say Tails. We lose the flip. Play land for turn. I go to 15. We will Manamorphose, spell number 4. Say Tails. We win the flip. No. We'll make red. Another Ruby Medallion. We'll play Manamorphose. Say Tails. Red. Play Preordain. This could flip the Rail Monsoon Mage. We'll say Tails. We win the flip. I'll say yes. Preordain. Put both of these on the bottom. Let's ultimate the Rail Monsoon Mage. And that's going to do it. So we'll play Desperate Ritual for free. Bounce the equipment that's giving it protection, I guess. We'll play Ruby Medallion. Friends Resolve. We just have to cast a bunch of spells at this point. Desperate Ritual. Friends Resolve. Friends Resolve. I guess I can play another Rail Monsoon Mage. Desperate Ritual. Trigger. I guess I'll Manamorphose too. Increase those odds slightly. It doesn't matter. Tails. We win. I'll say yes. And now there's Manamorphose on the stack. We'll make 2 blue. The other flip. Tails. Desperate Ritual. We'll minus the Rail Monsoon Mage. Storm is 19. I suppose I can play Wish for my hand. Storm 20. Grape Shot. Target you. We came back and got match number 2. I love that. Sweet. 3 rounds left to go. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round 3, we're on the draw. We have a 1-lander, but that 1 land is a Thundering Falls, and I have a Preordained to help dig. This hand could even potentially be a turn 2 win, depending on what we draw into and what the opponent's playing. In the league where I went 5-0 the other night, playing this deck, I had like 2 or 3 turn 2 wins. Like, it was actually pretty impressive. Preordained digging to, green. Digging in order to find more rituals in Manamorphose, or even Ruby Medallion or Rail Monsoon Mage, made turn 2 wins more possible than something like Strike It Rich. We'll play Thundering Falls. I wish I could keep this Manamorphose, but I can't. And I can't but wonder if we're facing the Broodscale combo deck. Another Rumble. Looks like we are. I did not find the land. Preordained. Uh-oh. That's where things go sideways. Move to cleanup, get rid of Past in Flames. So we're at 49 cards in deck, but I did put 2 of them on the bottom. So we've seen almost 25% of the deck without hitting a second land. That's a Basking Broodscale. I could be dead if I don't hit a land here. Please? Nope. I think we're dead. Discard Ruby Medallion. And this is no fault of Preordained. This is the deck just giving us some bad variants. Flaring Fleshraker. Now they swing. Come on. Oh my. Discard. They have 4 in hand. Writhing Chrysalis. Yep. I'm at 15. They can attack for 4. Springleaf Drum. They have 2 cards left in their hand. Another Broodscale. I'm at 13 now. 12. Now they're attacking for 4, so that puts me to 8. And they already have lethal on board for next turn. The deck failed me. Alright, we saw over 25% of our deck and saw 1 land. That's not average. We'll bring in 4 Floodmaw. Take out Considers. Okay, game 2. Let's try that again. Speaking of trying it again, we have another 1-lander. I'm going to choose to believe in the heart of the cards here. This hand is so good that I think it's worthwhile. Play Scalding Tarn and fetch. We'll grab a Steam Vents. Preordain. Both of those go on the bottom. So that's how it's going to be, huh? They play an Urza's Saga and Blade of the Blood Chief. Pass the turn. Ay. Wooded Foothills and a Rumble. Glaring Fleshraker and 3 lands. We drew the land. So the fear is, if I tap out, am I dead? Because this gives them the spawn that they need for Basking Broodscale. It's only 1 to equip, so they float the mana here. They play Broodscale. They play a land. They equip, and then they have infinite spawns, and they have Glaring Fleshraker in hand already. So the question is, am I supposed to jam here, knowing, or well, not jam, but am I supposed to play out a reducer knowing that I could die? And they actually don't even need the land, because Saga could go get Springleaf Drum, so they only need Broodscale in hand to kill me. I think I'm supposed to pass. If I had known that I was going to draw the land, I would have used the Floodmaw on the end step. Ancient Stirrings. They play another Saga. And Fleshraker. Okay. I'm going to bounce the Fleshraker on the end step. We hit a Ritual. Okay, I think it's time that we try. We'll play Desperate Ritual. Play Rail Monsoon Mage. Play the other Desperate Ritual. Storm is 2 for the purposes of flipping Rail. Play Reckless Impulse. And if I had known that I was going to draw a Ritual, I would have bounced the Grafdigger's Cage, but I don't have perfect information. We draw Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Grab a Steam Vents. Play Preordain. This is spell number 4 for the purposes of flipping Rail. Say Tails. We win the flip. No to flipping Rail. Preordain. Have to bottom both of these. We hit Ritual. Okay. Say Tails. I lose the flip. So I have Wish into a spell in the sideboard as a way to flip here. I'm going to play Ruby Medallion because I think if I miss on both, I'd like Galvanic Relay to be that spell. Say Tails. We win the flip. Perfect. Yes. And now Wish. Minus the Rail. We hit Sink in a Stupor that can bounce the cage. And then I can play Past in Flames for free. I guess we'll play another Wish. Free Past in Flames. That was insane. Because I hit the free answer, and that unlocked the Past in Flames. Okay, we're just casting spells. Play another Ritual. Play Wish. Play Wish. And Grape Shot for 19. Okay. I'd prefer a game where things go a little easier for us, but we'll see what happens in Game 3. 2 lands? What? Is that even allowed? I don't think so. We'll keep. They also kept 7. Turn 1 Ancient Stirrings. Or a Damping Sphere. Okay, I see you. Another copy of Rail Monsoon Mage. We will fetch. We'll grab a Steam Vents. And let's Preordain. I think we'll get rid of both of these. Ruby Medallion. Okay. Eldrazi Temple. And the Damping Sphere. We hit the land. I think I want to play a Reducer this turn. We'll grab another Steam Vents. And let's play a Rail Monsoon Mage. Pass. Gemstone Caverns. And they play a Rumble. Fleshraker, double Walking Ballista. And they choose Fleshraker. I don't think that they can play it this turn due to their own Damping Sphere. They play a Blade of the Blood Chief. Okay. Wish. I don't have anything in the sideboard that can answer the Damping Sphere at the moment. Grab Mountain. Play Ruby Medallion. And then Reckless Impulse. Trigger. Say Tails. Lose the flip. I go to 12. And I hit Ritual Sink in a Stupor. So I should be able to win next turn. Assuming that they don't kill me. 3 mana. Thief of Existence. That exiles my Ruby Medallion. Play Arid Mesa. Sink in a Stupor on the Damping Sphere. Trigger Rail. We'll say Tails. I go to 11. I don't have a blue mana source to get with this Arid Mesa. So what can we do? What can we do? I have a Basing Mountain. So we have 6 total mana. Wish into Past in Flames. Oh, I do have a Steam Vents. Okay. So does that change anything? I forgot that I was playing 3 today. I was only playing 2 the other night. So I could Preordain, but I think that cuts me off of Wish for Past in Flames. And I think Wish for Past in Flames is probably the line. We'll grab the Mountain. Play Pyretic Ritual. Tails. We lose the flip. Desperate Ritual. Tails. Win the flip. No. Play Wish. Spell number 4. Tails. Lose the flip. I go to 8. Past in Flames. Spell number 5. Tails. Lose the flip. Pyretic Ritual. This is spell number 6. We lose the flip. Reckless Impulse. Desperate Ritual. Tails. We win. Nice. Alright, so Desperate Ritual, Rail Trigger, and now Reckless Impulse. We will ultimate the Rail Leyline Prodigy. So I was thinking about playing the other rail, and now I'm thinking the only way I can lose this game is if I accidentally kill myself, so let's not do that. We'll play Pyretic Ritual for free. Desperate Ritual for free. This Desperate Ritual costs mana. Manamorphose. We'll make blue. Play Ren's Resolve. And more copies of Past in Flames. I mean, we need more spells, so why not? Let's cast it. More rituals. Wish. Desperate Ritual. We got there. It was a little ugly for a bit, but we ended up getting the game win, or match win, whatever you would like to call it. And now we're 3-0. This deck list feels pretty good. I don't know how you feel watching it, but at least when I'm playing it, I like how smooth it is compared to a lot of the other Ruby lists that I've been playing. And, you know, we're running pretty hot, 5-0 into 3-0. So let's see if I can get match number 4. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. On the play for the 4th round, keep. Play Wooded Foothills. This will grab a Surveil land. The issue is that I don't really have anything that I'm doing with this hand, so we would like to find something good. And they have an expedition map. We'll fetch Thundering Falls. Keep the Consider. Play Steam Vents. Ouch. We'll play Ruby Medallion. Yeah, so I could play the Rail Monsoon Mage. There's nothing really stopping me from doing so. Ooh, they're on Bluetron. Another Ruby Medallion. Let's play the Consider. Get rid of the land. Another Ritual. Unfortunately, we have to pass. They use the map. Eldrazi Temple. We draw another land. Let's try Ruby Medallion, see if that resolves. The Ugin's binding it. We'll play another land, pass. They play Urza's Mine. We draw another Ritual. Play Ruby Medallion. I have to hope that they don't kill me here, because they're very close to having Tron plus something big and scary. Bloodstained Mire, pass the turn. They have 7 in hand. Another Urza's Power Plant. We'll fetch Thundering Falls. Surveil away Past in Flames. So you could keep the Past in Flames, but what is it really doing here? And they probably have a Kozilek's command, so I'm not even in love with like trying to like double jam that. They're thinking. They're like, do I want to exile this Past in Flames on the end step? And they decide to let it go. Okay. Another Past in Flames. Pyretic Ritual. We will flashback Past in Flames. Play Consider. Get rid of Ruby Medallion number 4. We had a Wish. That was good. Play Pyretic Ritual. Let's try playing Wish. Storm 5. They let it resolve. Pyretic Ritual. And now I will play Rail Monsoon Mage. Subtlety. Exiling Sink into Stupor. They have 4 cards. So I do have Wish available to potentially win here. I think I just have to let this go. We'll put Rail on the bottom of the deck. Storm's 8. Play Pyretic Ritual. Play Desperate Ritual. We'll try a Past in Flames. Storm 11. That just resolves. Okay, we'll play Wish again. And it looks like they don't really have any interest in interacting. Play Pyretic Ritual. Pyretic Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Storm is 15. Ruby Medallion can be 16. So I have 2 spells I can play from my sideboard right now. So if I Great Shot them for 17, I could then flashback Past in Flames. I just wonder if that's actually worthwhile. And they have the Ugin's Binding for Stormscale Scion and Empty the Warren. So I'm not even convinced that's like a good thing to do here. And if I Grape Shot and then they exile my Grape Shot in response to Past in Flames, how am I going to deal them that last 3 damage? So really it could be 17. Flashback Past in Flames would be 18. Okay, I'm just going to Grape Shot. So I'm not sure what the best line is here, but I don't love the relay flashback Past in Flames relay line. I'm going to try this. I do have a Pact of Negation open. I could also try the flashback Past in Flames line and then if I feel like it's too risky, I can then relay for a bunch, but I'd have to win by how I'd win is flipping rail and then -2, the -2 mode to deal them to, and I'd have to do that twice. So that is how I win with them at 3. So I feel like that's probably the line, is I'm just going to have to accept that I have to win with rails -2 on the back. And now we'll flashback past In Flames. This seems like a prime spot to use that Kozilek's command you've been sitting on. And they are tapping out for the Kozilek's command. I will Spell Pierce the Kozilek's command. And they concede. Nice. So we ended up getting that game. It was a little dicey towards the end, but we got it. Blue Tron. I think I like Spell Pierce, but we're only going to bring in 3. I'm going to shave 1 past In Flames, and we'll try this out. Game number 2, we're on the draw. I will keep. Used a lot of my clock in that first game. They lead on a tapped Sink into Stupor. Play Thundering Falls. Surveil away past In Flames. That's just good synergy right there. They play Urza's Power Plant. We'll play Bloodstained Mire and pass. Urza's Tower. Fetch. They have 6 cards in their hand. We'll grab Thundering Falls. Get rid of the Sink into Stupor. I don't think we need that. Rail Monsoon Mage. So I could try to win here. Play the Steam Vents. Pyretic Ritual. They let it go. I will try a Rail Monsoon Mage. Desperate Ritual. We'll say Tails. We lose the flip. Manamorphose. Spell number 4. But it's really 3 for the purposes of Rail Monsoon Mage. We lose the Manamorphose flip. We'll do blue-red. Desperate Ritual. Tails. We win the flip. I'll say no. Manamorphose. Spell number 6. Tails. No. So it is spell number 6, which is usually good for Rail, but I have played the Rail this turn, so it would actually not ultimate. Flashback past In Flames. This is spell number 7. Tails. Lose the flip. And the opponent's thinking hard here. Storm. Well, I do have 2 opportunities here to flip my Rail Monsoon Mage. I was not expecting Storm. So we'll Spell Pierce. Tails. We lost. Okay, so we're 50-50 right now. Alright, Spell Pierce. I could have beaten any other interaction. We won the flip. Let's party. We are not going to pay for any of these Storms. Ultimate the Rail Leyline Prodigy. We'll play Desperate Ritual for free. Play Preordain for free. Put these on the bottom. Ren's Resolve. Reckless Impulse. Ooh, not looking good. Did we just brick? Play the Consider. Put the Reckless Impulse to the graveyard. Yeah, we bricked. Okay, pass the turn. Wow. Unfortunate. They play some land I've never seen before. Taps for colorless, taps it, pay 1 and tap it, mana of any color 3, return a historic card from your graveyard, then exile all graveyards. So it's like a Bazooka Bog at instant speed. That's not good for me. We will plus the Rail, play the Scalding Tarn, fetch, grab a mountain, preordain, keep both of these, Ren's Resolve, and I think I'd like to wait on the Wish until next turn. Get rid of the Ruby Medallion, and I think we keep the Desperate Ritual. Pass the turn. They dress down. Might as well Spell Pierce. They pay for it, so they'll draw a card. They play Eldrazi Temple and Null Drifter. Okay. And now the dress down sacrifices. Sink into Stupor. They don't have the mana to activate the land here. Did they just give me a window to win? They might have. I mean, I have a face-up Wish. Play the Wish. This is 3 mana to activate. They don't have Tron. So what am I missing? There's got to be a reason they just let it go, right? Do you have another Flusterstorm? Is that why? And they do have another Flusterstorm. Pyretic Ritual. Pay for Wish. Pay for Wish. Wish on the stack. And they have Force of Negation. So I could try to Sink into Stupor, but but they could just replay the Force of Negation if they have a blue card. But I think this whole game comes down to, do they have a blue card? We will sink in a stupor on the Force of Negation. Wish. They let it go. I'll play Desperate Ritual. Storm is 6. And they Force of Negation that. So we can't do anything here, but what I can do is Mind Collapse on the Null Drifter to buy time. Pass the turn. They play a land. 2 cards left in their hand. Plus the Ral. Play Scalding Tarn. Let's try Ruby Medallion. I'll just fetch now. I go to 10. Steam Vents. I have 1 Steam Vents left in the deck. 10 minutes left on the clock. And I'm 3 turns away from ultimating this Ral. They pass. Well, plus. Pass the turn. They play another land. Okay. 2 cards left. Plus. I'll just hold the Scalding Tarn. It doesn't really matter. I guess maybe I could draw the other Steam Vents. That would be bad. They're making 6 colorless mana on the end step. This is probably Kozilek's Command for 4. They found the final Tron piece. So they have near infinite mana here. They cast a Null Drifter. Ugin, Eye of the Storms, exiles my Ral. Yeah. I think they got this one. We can go to the next game. I'm going to just resubmit. A lot of interaction. On the play. Nope. Another 1-lander. Is it better as a 6th, though? I think I'll keep and get rid of the Consider. The Mountain is one of 2 lands that doesn't tap for blue in the deck. They have a turn 1 map. We ripped the land. Grab Steam Vents. And we'll play Rail of Monsoon Mage. Pass. There's this tower, so no Flusterstorm open right now. Let's begin with a Pyretic Ritual. Trigger. Tails. We win the flip. No. They Force of Negation. Exiles Flusterstorm. Okay. Desperate Ritual. Tails. We win the flip. No. So I've played 2 instants or sorceries this turn. We'll play Ren's Resolve. This is number 3. Tails. Ren's Resolve. Reckless Impulse is number 4. Tails. We win the flip. No. Play Manamorphose. This is number 5. Tails. We lose the flip. This is going to be blue-red. So you're supposed to start on Preordain, and then in response Manamorphose here to give you slightly better odds. Tails. We lose the flip. Blue. Red. Tails again. We lost the flip. Preordain. Bottom the Sink in a Stupor, keep the Morphose. Same thing. Preordain. Morphose. Tails. We lose the flip. Blue, red. Land is not great. Tails again. Not cooperating. Preordain. So I could bottom this because Wish theoretically, the Wish that I have in exile gives me 2 chances. I could Wish in a Mind Collapse targeting my own Rail. That is the line. Or I could keep this Preordain and then I might not hit off of it. So that's the downside. I think I'm going to keep the Preordain. I realize that I might not hit off of it, but if I miss on Wish and the Mind Collapse, I'd hate myself. Killing my Rail. So we'll play Preordain, trigger. Come on, deck, don't fail me. We lost the flip. Unreal. And we missed. So it's all up to this draw here. Manamorphose, yes! Gives me 3 more chances. Tails. We lost the flip. This is getting a little ridiculous now. Red, blue, play Wish, Tails. We lost the flip. Oh, no way. This is just insane. So I can Mind Collapse my own Rail Monsoon Mage. That's the line here. Target my own Rail. Sacrifice the basic. Tails. No! No way! Wow! That is unreal. I can't believe that. Holy moly. That is absolutely insane. And now they have Trinisphere. Yeah, we just lost match number 4 in the most devastating fashion. Wow. We're 3-1. The best legacy podcast? That would be Eternal Glory featuring myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We're available on all major podcast platforms and YouTube. The final round on the play. I am so defeated after that last match. It was tough. This is a one lander where we have a preordained to dig for land number 2, assuming that we hit. The rest of the hand is pretty good, so I will try it. We'll play Sink into Stupor. Ouch. Preordain. No land. So you could keep the Consider here, but it's just better to put it on the bottom and draw. And we did hit the land. Wonderful. Mirror Pull. So this is Amulet Titan. We draw land number 3. We'll just play Ruby Medallion this turn. Grab a basic. Pass the turn. Urza's Saga. And they pass. Another land. Am I dead if I pass the turn? Probably not from this spot. We'll play Medallion. Play Steam Vents. I mean, if they turn 3 me without having an Amulet already, I'd be a little surprised. So Saga goes to the second chapter. Ooh, there's the Amulet. Crumbling Vestige. So this will give them 3 mana total. They could play like a Dryad of the Elysian Grove, but they would still need like more mana. So they could Summoner's Pact for a Boreal Grazer, but that still only puts them up to 4. They would need another Amulet to win here. They play a Spelunking. Okay. And there's the Simic Growth Chamber, so they will get 2 mana. And they pass. We will begin with a Preordain. Keep the Manamorphose. Heretic Ritual. Ren's Resolve. Land and a Rail Monsoon Mage. I think I'll grab Steam Vents. Play the Rail. Reckless Impulse. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Rail yet. I didn't need to play it, because it just reduces my options here. We had another Rail and a Reckless Impulse. So this Reckless Impulse is actually spell number 5. So if I Morphos now, I can flip. Tails. We win the flip. What's that like? Couldn't be me. Not last round. Manamorphose. We'll do blue-red. Rail Trigger. We lose the flip. Reckless Impulse. We'll ultimate here. Play, whoops. Where are you? The other Rail Monsoon Mage I'm allowed to play. Heretic Ritual. Choose Tails. We lose the flip. Manamorphose. Tails. We win the flip. Yes. Blue-red. Ultimate the Rail. Play Wish for free. And the opponent concedes. So we've taken game number 1. On the draw, I'm pretty sure we want all 4 copies of Into the Floodmaw. And then probably take out Considers. Game number 2, we've opened up a potential turn 3. A little bit slow on the draw, but we're going to try to make it work. I mean, in theory, I could go for a turn 2. I would need like a Manamorphose as a draw step. We'll play the Thundering Falls. Get rid of the land. Maybe I was supposed to use the Bloodstained Mire to search out the other Thundering Falls. I don't know if that's actually what I want to do, but it's something to consider, just because then you're thinning your deck of a land. Floodmaw. So I'm not even pressured to win turn 3 anymore, or turn 2 anymore, so we'll just pass. Saga goes to the second chapter. Spelunking. They put in an Urza's Cave and a Mycosynth Gardens. End step will fetch. They have 4 cards. We'll grab Thundering Falls. Surveil away Past in Flames. Sink into Stupor. I think it's time that we try something. We'll play Ruby Medallion. Heretic Ritual. Let's attempt a Reckless Impulse. Land into the Floodmaw. Ren's Resolve. Wish into the Floodmaw. So we fizzled. Ah, brutal. I could go like Ritual Wish into nothing. Grape Shot for 6. I have to pass the turn. We fizzled. Probably dead here. They play Mirror Pool and Scape Shift. So this will be lethal. There's a loop that you go get a couple copies of Lotus Field. And you make a bunch of mana. You sacrifice the Chaleria West. You go get a creature that returns all of the lands from your graveyard. And you make infinite... You essentially just transmute Chaleria West or Summoner's Pact a few times, and then you eventually end up with an infinite number of Primeval Titans using the Mirror Pool. So you end up, I forget the name of the creature, we'll see it in a second, but you use Mirror Pool to copy it. Aftermath Analyst, that's what it's called. And you Aftermath Analyst, and you use Mirror Pool to copy it, and then eventually you've made so much mana and so much resources that you can start using the Mirror Pool to copy Primeval Titan over and over again. And here's the Aftermath Analyst. So this is going to give them the loop. And I'm not going to make them click through all of it because I value my time here on this planet, but that's the idea. So yeah, that was not great for me, and now we need to win game 3 on the play. On the play, I'm going to do something a little crazy. We're going to cut into the Floodmaw and bring in the Considers and just try to be a better combo deck. The final game of this Modern League on the play. Sure, keep. If this hand finds a rare Monsoon Mage, it's very good. I mean, I'd also be happy with a Ruby Medallion, but I'd prefer a rare Monsoon Mage. Play Steam Vents untapped, pass the turn. Urza's Saga. In step, we will consider. Get rid of the Manamorphose. Another Reckless Impulse. Preordain. Preordain actually digs deeper for what we're looking for here. We'll keep the Consider. Play Steam Vents. Pass. Saga goes to the second chapter. They have a Beseiju. That probably, if they're willing to play this out, that means they probably have another. I think I have to get rid of this Pyretic Ritual. We hit land 3. Reckless Impulse. Land Past in Flames. Play the Wooded Foothills and pass. Please don't kill me. Amulet of Vigor. Vexing Bauble. That's fine. Okay, well, I don't love the fact that they're continuing to do things. I was hoping that they were going to pass the turn. Grazer, so this gives them another land. Versus Cave. So they picked up the Beseiju. And step will Surveil. I actually don't care all that much about the Vexing Bauble. Get rid of Past in Flames. And they can't, I mean, I guess they could play Endurance for free. They'd just sacrifice their Bauble. We'll play Steam Vents. We will splice Desperate Ritual. Let's Manamorphose. Blue. Sink into Stupor. Okay. Let's play Desperate Ritual. Play Past in Flames. That resolves. Play Pyretic Ritual. Let's Preordain. Both of those can go on the bottom. That's not good. Cycle Manamorphose. Red. Blue. Ruby Medallion. So they do have Beseiju in their hand. So what I can do is I can play the Desperate Ritual. Play the Ruby Medallion. And now we'll play Desperate Ritual. Storm is 10. So they can activate the Beseiju in their hand. I'll respond with the Manamorphose. Blue-red. Another Past in Flames. So right now I have... This is going to resolve, bringing me up to 5 mana. Beseiju is going to be 6. So I could play Wish from hand and I have 3 mana open, which isn't enough to win. So I could also try playing Consider here and hitting another Ritual. That would bring me up to 7. Let's try Consider. Tempting. I think we keep that. Okay. We'll grab the Mountain. So now the Desperate Ritual resolves. We'll play Ruby. Play Reckless Impulse. We need to hit Rituals. That did not happen. Play Runs Resolve. Rail Monsoon Mage with a Vexing Bauble in play doesn't help. And I fizzled. So I think it's Rail Pass. We did not find enough mana. We found 3 Rituals and 2 Manamorphose in the top 50% of our deck. So honestly, that's about average. Slightly under average by 1 card. So it wasn't unreasonable, we just didn't convert. They sacrificed the Vexing Bauble. And I have to hope I'm not dead here. They have 6 cards in their hand. They play Urza's Saga as their land for the turn. Boreal Grazer. Lotus Field. I don't love that. Okay, so that gives them 6 mana here for a Primeval Titan. Yep, I think we're dead. They grab Primeval Titan. So now they can give their Titan haste. And now they attack. Now they can search for 2 more lands. Simic Growth Chamber and Vesuva. Vesuva copies Urza's Cave. That's interesting. I'm not blocking. I go to 7. So the Urza's Cave could grab like a Beseiju or something, or a Bajuka Bog or something at instant speed. Reckless Impulse. I also need the Rail Monsoon Mage to not kill me. Fails. We win the flip. No. Another Reckless Impulse and a Manamorphose. We'll play Reckless Impulse. Spell number 3. Tails. We lose the flip. Reckless Impulse. Play the Pyretic Ritual. Tails. We lose the flip. I go to 5. We will Reckless Impulse from hand. This is spell number 4. Tails. We lose the flip. I'm at 4 life now. Ren's Resolve. Hold priority. Let's Manamorphose. So this gives me 2 chances to flip here. Tails. We won the flip. Yes. Morphos. Blue-red. Tails. We lost the flip. I go to 3. I'm going to ultimate the rail. Storm is 6. Move my sideboard out of the way. Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Ren's Resolve. Spell number 9. We'll play the island. Play Ren's Resolve. Spell number 10. Pyretic Ritual. Let's flashback Past in Flames because I can. Spell number 12. And now they'll use the Urza's Cave to go grab Bojuka Bog. I didn't see that coming. That is so surprising. And now we'll play Pyretic Ritual. Play the Consider. Get rid of the Consider. We don't really want that. And now Past in Flames can resolve. Play Pyretic Ritual. Spell number 15. Play Preordain. Spell 16. Get rid of, or I guess we'll put Mountain on the bottom. We'll draw the Manamorphose. Play Manamorphose. Blue. Play another Preordain. Ruby Medallion on the bottom. Fluted Delta on the bottom. There's another Wish. We'll play Ruby Medallion. Spell number 19. Wish is Storm 20. Wish is Storm 21. And the opponent concedes. So we got the 4-1, which feels like a 5-0 in my heart, considering how match number 4 ended. But the deck was good. I really liked Preordain and Consider. Into the Floodmaw and Spell Piercer were both great. Sink into Stupor was decent. So no real complaints from me. I'd probably run this same 75 back again. I really do mean that. And I'd be interested in your feedback. I know that some people might like Spirebluff Canal because it's less damage, but I really value being able to search out Thundering Falls and getting that extra consistency. So that's my point of view. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you're now a believer in this Izzet Ruby Storm build. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep storming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. After you do that, open up our description where you can find all of our social media networks, including our Discord, where you can discuss today's deck in that Discord with me and tons of other combo masterminds. It's absolutely free to join, and it's certainly worth your while.